Forget about the month. Forget about the year. Focus on the 24 hours in front of you right now and do everything you possibly can to get you closer to where you want to be. You made it through this year. It's been tough. There's been good and bad, but you're still here. I'm proud of you for staying strong. But now, the real work begins. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's tuition. It's the cost of entry. Every single person you admire has failed more times than you have ever even tried. You need to remember that failure is the cost of mastery. It's not a verdict. It's a lesson. Losers see failure as proof that they can't win. Winners see failure as proof that they are learning. That is the perspective shift you need. Think of failure as the fee you must pay for growth. So never try to avoid it. You want to learn the way to win, but you refuse to accept the way to lose. But to learn to die to your old self, your old fears, your old limitations, is to be liberated from them. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. Because here is the raw truth about becoming the better version of yourself. You literally have to kill off your original version. You must have a funeral for the person you used to be, because if that old self lingers, it will find you again. It will whisper that you're not good enough, that you should quit, that comfort is safer. And this process, this rebirth, it's built in silence. It's forged in the lonely training sessions, the early cold mornings, the dark and late nights. Not for applause, not for praise, but to prove you're willing to suffer, to prove you're ready to sacrifice, to prove you're worthy of the dream. Because greatness isn't given. It's earned in the moments no one sees. At the end of every day, you look in the mirror and you ask one question: did I get better today? The answer must be yes. And you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. How much better will you be? It's not about getting it all done in one day. It's the process of getting better every single day. It's the small steps, the compounding effect of consistent effort. Brother, I'm convinced every man has a moment in his life where quitting would feel a lot like peace. But that's not reality. That's just the devil trying to convince you that you're not worth your purpose. Don't stop. The only way to truly live is to know you're going to die. If you're afraid to die to your old self, you'll never be able to live as your new one. You have a choice: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose the discipline because it weighs ounces. The regret weighs tons, and it accumulates every day you don't act. I need you to be proud of how you've been showing up. There's a lot on your plate. It might feel like you're falling behind, but you're not. You're overcoming. You're fighting for your mental health. You're doing your best. The only thing you're falling behind on is giving yourself the credit you deserve. At any given moment, you're doing way better than your inner critic would like to admit. And that inner critic, that voice of fear, it's loud. It's the survival instinct that injects you with doubt and anxiety. It's the voice that tells you to stand still when you need to move. But there's another voice, a quieter one. It's not in your head. You feel it in your heart, your gut. It's your intuition. It's the real you. And that voice will lead you to a life that is anything but small. So how do you listen to that second voice? You create a plan. You trust a process. When you have a plan and a process, opposition and adversity don't look so big. Challenges become manageable. But when you don't have a plan, when adversity shows up, it looks massive. You forget the sacrifice, the vision, the mission. The process is what makes you stick. The process is what carries you through the doubt. How bad do you want it? We all know in our quiet moments the person we want to become. The question is, do we believe we can become it? Without that belief, every journey will run into a debate. And when the pain starts to fill your body, you'll have to weigh that temporary pain against a lifetime of pride. Champions find a way to make it happen. No matter how long it takes, they find a way. They find a way to get through their nerves. So don't be ashamed to say you're nervous, but find a way to get over it. Passion and drive have to be followed by action. That's the hardest part. People don't want that action. Dreams want to live, just like everybody else. And if you don't bring them to life, somebody else will. And you're going to be sitting there thinking, man, I could have. I should have, I would have. You had your chance. You have to deliver. You have to have action. Ever tried, ever failed? No matter. Try again, fail better. The world is yours. You can either do the work today to become your highest version tomorrow, or tomorrow you can feel a lifetime of regret. That's a given. The people who know they were meant for more and didn't go for it end up with a lifelong state of regret. Often it's because they didn't want to hurt the people around them. So they gave in to a life of average, just to blend in and not stand out. And years later, they regret not doing the things that they could have done to become a winner. We often don't realize we're in control. We are in control of our own lives, and we can make different choices. If your career isn't bringing you joy, you can change it. If a relationship isn't right, you don't have to suffer in it. You are the sculptor of your life. Life is clay. You have the ability to take a sledgehammer to anything in your life and remake it, so long as you realize that you can mold it and shape it. But you have to get uncomfortable. Success is not a comfortable procedure. If you knew what you were doing, you'd be stagnating. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. You will fail in your comfort zone. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So ask yourself, what do you really want? I mean, down inside. If you could have anything, what do you really want? Let your mind take off. You're a creative being. There's nothing on the planet like you. Give me evidence that you're not qualified for a great life. You have none. You are ultra qualified. No one can tell you what you're capable of except you. And when you believe that truth, it's over. You're unkillable. This is your rebirth. Your destiny isn't something told to you. It's a feeling you have, a picture in your mind of what you're about that nobody else can see. It's a fragile feeling, so sometimes it's best to keep it to yourself and protect it. Revisit your dream. It doesn't cost anything to dream. Our dreams need auditing. Your greatest fear should not be that you fail, but that you succeed at something that doesn't matter. If you really believe what you're doing matters, it gives you a peace through the turmoil, through the difficulty. You realize that this could be the year you change your life. You and I both know you didn't stick to the script last year. But it's okay. This year, we're going for everything we lost and more. No more excuses. Your future is tired of that. You're the only one who can make it right. Lock in and change your life like your life depends on it. Because it does, then work on your personal craft. It is only through a project that you are genuinely able to improve. And most importantly, take action. You will accomplish nothing unless you go out there and will it into existence. The only thing in life that stands between you and everything you've ever wanted is doing it. Not preparing to do it, not scheduling it, not talking about it, not reading books about it, but actually doing it. And you will never feel ready. This is where you push yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. The second you start counting, you make a decision to change. The truth is, you'll never have it all figured out. And that's okay. The only thing that matters is that you start, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who waited until everything was flawless. They're the ones who were willing to move forward, even when they weren't ready. Progress isn't about reaching perfection. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday. Perfection is an illusion. Progress is reality. Perfection keeps you stuck in a dream world. Progress forces you to deal with reality. It forces you to confront where you are, accept that you're not perfect, and keep moving anyway. So if you're in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking. You've got to start walking because the perspective is not going to change until you move. You have to take steps to improve your vision. Worst case scenario, you walk the wrong way. Okay, now you know. You can walk in the other direction. But standing there lost, not doing anything, that's just waiting to starve. There's a saying, when the pain of the current reality becomes greater than the fear of change, that's when we change. When it becomes so painful, you'll walk into the unknown. But there's a hell of a lot more to you than you think. Way more. Enough to cope with the trouble of the world. And if you had enough courage, you could let that out, and everything would be better because of it. You're only failing because you're caught up in what winning looks like. You're supposed to fail. You're supposed to get knocked down. That's how you learn. Perfection is only a word because imperfection was discovered. But natural separation is taking place. The ones who are able to read the signs, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing, they will move on to a new world. Those who are unwilling or unable to adapt will stay with the old world, which is about to end. An eagle flies at a certain altitude. The only other bird that flies at that altitude is another eagle. So if he finds himself flocking with pigeons, he may be flying too low. One of the things limiting you is you care too much about what people think. You can be world-class, or you can fit in. You don't get to do both. So my question to you is, when are you going to free yourself? How long are you going to stay in this pain, expecting change to happen? You've been here for the last year, the last 5 years, the last decade, staying in the same mess, accepting the same mess, and wondering why you're stressed, why you're not happy. When are you going to free yourself from settling for less? You don't have to accept it. You don't have to stay where you're just tolerated and not celebrated. You don't have to stay where you're suffering. It's our darkness that brings us closer to one another. It's all the shared, broken pieces of our souls. Don't be ashamed of your darkness. All the mistakes you've made have made you. Redemption is always on the other side of a moment. Every passing moment is another chance to turn it all around. Someone who has never acknowledged their dark side, who is only good because that's all they know, is not truly good. But someone who has delved into the darkness, who has felt the pain and despair, and then chooses to be good, that's the true good person. That's who we're all aspiring to be. You have to learn to select your thoughts the same way you select your clothes every day. This is a power you can cultivate. If you can't master your thoughts, you're in trouble forever. The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because any moment might be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we're doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. What hurts you blesses you. Darkness is your candle. Everything in life is trying to teach you something. You just have to pay attention. You've got to be ready to change your life. No one said this was going to be easy. You have to keep on keeping on. Life wasn't meant for the weak. It never was. I'm telling you, just keep on going. Get back up. Make the most of this life you have. You're here. You're here now. The time is always now. Nothing in this life lasts, not even our troubles. So keep going, my friend. Just keep going. In the end, it's all going to be all right. And if it's not, then it's not the end. Please, just keep going.